Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Into the Night. Tonight, we talk about indie filmmaking here. My name is Paul A. Brooks. I am the founder of Into the Night Motion Pictures, and I only have a free Zoom account. So these conversations can never go more than 35, 40 minutes tops. I am so excited to have one of my best LA buddies on the show with me tonight. Lesley Powers, welcome.
I'm one of your best buddies. I am so flattered.
Of course.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. Our viewers may notice that it's a winter wonderland behind
Mhm.
you.
Yes,
Spoiler, we
yes.
record some of the episodes in advance. No big deal. I,
Enjoy my Christmas explosion in my
yeah,
apartment.
yeah. I got the hag ladies behind
Oh,
me.
I love it. Hello, ladies.
It's pretty
Hello,
cool.
hello.
Um, Thank you for being on the show. Happy
Of
to,
course.
excited to chat with you about some indie filmmaking stuff.
Yes. Indie filmmaking, it's where all the money is, right? Where we make all the money.
Well, tell me if
Yeah.
this movie right here, tell me if this movie made some money.
Like, why are you doing this to me? What
What
a
did you do on
great
this film right
experience.
here?
I was a co-producer on that film. Yeah.
Okay.
hmm Yeah.
This is something that you worked on when you were living in Nashville, is that correct?
Did you buy that?
Of,
How
of
did you buy
course.
that?
I picked this up at Family Video when they were still going.
Bless you. Oh
See the
my
little tag right
gosh.
there? I
I
probably
love
got two
it.
for $3. Not bad.
Ah, well, you better be saving all that physical media. Apparently, that's the next step.
I am. I am
Uh,
indeed.
Sorry, you asked me a question. What did you ask me about?
So
All I
I
was.
was curious what you did on that film.
Yes, I was the co-producer. I knew the DP very well, and he was also a producer, and ended up meeting the director of the film, and we clicked. And he asked if I would come back to Nashville because I had just moved back to LA, and I think I was here for like, I don't know, a few months, and I immediately went back to Nashville to make that movie.
Mm,
Yeah, it was mostly night shoots too, so I was like so discombobulated for like weeks
tough, getting that
doing
tough
that.
all into the, like late night shoots.
Yeah, and like split days.
Yeah.
So I was sleeping until like 1 p.m. and then would go back to set at like 6. It was just bizarre. It was a
Sounds
bizarre
like it.
schedule.
All right, we
Yeah.
won't talk about it anymore.
No, we can talk about, listen, I had a positive experience. The actors were fantastic.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it.
I just
So,
surprised me. Your research is good, Paul. I give it to you.
well, anytime I find out that I have a friend who was involved in a movie and I see it sort of out in the wild, it's like a thing where I
Yeah.
pick it up.
I love that.
Yeah. Um, but let me start with this. You're
Mhm.
a fellow Midwesterner,
Correct.
and when did you move out to Los Angeles initially?
2005, I was 22, right
Wow.
after college.
So
So
as of
yesterday.
as of the time of this recording, it's your 20th anniversary.
Yes, I thought about that in what month? August. Yeah, in August.
Pretty cool.
hmm
Tell our viewers a little bit, you're a writer director, just tell our
hmm
viewers a little bit about what you do and sort of, we're going to talk about some of your different projects. So whatever you want to talk
Sure.
about.
Yes, I am a writer director. I didn't always start that way though. I did in college, I guess. I went to college to originally be a theater major, and then they were going to make me do Shakespeare, and I was like, "Ugh, I'm not that serious of an actor. I didn't want to do that. So I was like, oh, I'll learn more about the behind the camera stuff. So I started, taking film classes and making little, shorts and sketches with my friends. And then I got into an improv group my senior year. It was actually a class for credit, but you had to be invited into the improv group.
Mm,
So that's really when I was like, oh, I really like the collaboration element of things. We write something, we immediately shoot it, we edit it, we get to watch it. It was like a very satisfying experience. And then I always knew I wanted to be in LA, so that was kind of it for me. But when I came out here, I was like, oh, I'm just going to get discovered. Like someone's going to be like, that girl seems cool from the Midwest. That's unique. So we'll give her money to do things. I don't know. I don't know what I expected,
Did you
But
find out that it was slightly more competitive?
yes, once I had to start waiting tables to
Hmm.
survive, I realized that was not, yeah, was the death of that dream very quickly. Yeah, so after I like kind of got over the being on camera aspect of being discovered, I actually moved to Nashville and I got kind of like a second film school. So I was there 2012 to 2017 before I moved back to Los Angeles. And that's kind of where I got to PA on sets and I was like, all right, this is what a grip does. This is what a sound person does. I mean, they don't really, they go over that in college, but not in Indiana. They probably do that at
Right.
like AFI or something.
Right.
So it was just really interesting to see it in action in indie film. And then I slowly discovered like, oh, I don't really want to like, be on camera or produce. I want to write and direct. So
Hmm.
that's when that started happening. And that was probably about 10 years ago.
You are still acting though, because you recently
Yes.
made an appearance in my new film, so that's exciting.
Yeah. I will act for awesome Midwestern friends only. I mean, if I really like the part and I'm happy to do it, it's really fun to step into that because I don't have to plan anything. I just get to show up. And
Right.
that's the, yeah. So it's nice. It's nice change pace. And thank
Yeah.
you for having me. I had the best time.
Of course. Yeah. I recently finished editing your scene. I was a little bit nervous after we got done shooting it because I don't want to give too much away here, but it's a found footage film. And so some of the angles in the film, I was a little bit worried that we weren't going to see you a lot in the film because you have your
Yeah.
back turned for part of it. And it worked out fine. Everything's good.
Oh, good.
We have some different angles that we're playing with, and I think hopefully you'll be happy with it.
Good. I mean, I'm just going to make you cut a totally different film with only the shots of my face in it for my reel. So be prepared.
Yeah, I know.
If I'm not seen enough.
I'll definitely send you some of the good stuff for your
Thank
reel,
you.
definitely.
Thank you.
One of the other things, of course, that I wanted to talk about, you're a part of this thing called the Alliance of Women Directors. Do I have that right?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
And you've been doing that for about a year now. I think I just saw on your Instagram story.
Well, I've been a member since 2018,
Oh,
but
okay.
I've been on the board for a year now. So I got asked to be on the board. But I've been pretty heavily involved, I'd say, for the last 2.5 years, just in a volunteer position. And then they asked me to be on the board after a while.
So
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about what it is.
So Alliance Women Directors is a nonprofit that supports women and gender expansive directors. We've been around since 1997. So a long time, started off in our founder's living room, where she just gathered with a bunch of other women directors who kind of just had a mission to support each other and get their names out there and, kind of close the gender parity that was happening in the industry. I mean, we've totally solved that problem. There's just like so many women getting hired. Um, Kind of our job. So we do a lot of educational stuff, a lot of programs, a lot of fellowships, just offering as much support as we can to female and gender expansive directors.
And how did you get involved with it initially?
My friend Tiffany, who actually moved out here from Nashville at the same time, she is a DP and a director. She took me to just like a bash, like a winter fun, like, prospective member bash. And then I was like, okay, I want to join. And then I took advantage of all that it had to offer. And then finally I was like, oh, I want to be more involved. And the executive director was like, oh, I have this amazing fellowship that you can help me work on. It's called the Rising Director Fellowship. So now we're going on to our third year of that. I actually have my first round of interviews for the next cohort tonight. So I'm
Cool.
very excited. Yes.
So what specifically do you do then now that you have this new title and you're more heavily involved? What is your role exactly?
So as a board member, we have to be in charge of one committee. So mine is the Rising Director Fellowship. So I run this program where 5 to 8 directors each year, they have to submit, they have to apply. And this year, I think we had 60 applicants, and we interviewing 17 to get the 5 to 8 slots. Then they will go on to make a proof of concept or like a short film for their first feature. So we support them with in-kind sponsorships from like Canon, Photochem, um, Black Magic, all these different types of companies to help them, cut down their costs for their proof of concept. And then we set up meetings with executives and agents and managers, just trying to help them kind of level up to go from the shorts making to the feature making.
Hmm.
So that's my role right now as a board member.
I'm jealous. I wish that I
Thank
had
you.
something. It sounds fun.
I absolutely love it. It's a lot of work, but we are all very, very passionate and constantly thinking of new things that directors might need. We have like a works in progress program. You can show your feature or your short when it's like almost done and get like peer to peer notes on it. And that's really kind of changed a lot of people's post production, workflow, because they're like, oh, I'm showing it to like a test audience. And
Hmm.
what you think when you're in your, as you know, because you edit your stuff,
Yeah.
you get in your bubble and you think it's working, and then you show it to an audience and they're like, that part doesn't make sense, or whatever the feedback might be.
Yeah, no, I have to send my stuff to people to sort of get out of that bubble because
Yeah.
eventually you get too close to your own project and you're not sure what needs to be tweaked. So having that sort of outside help can definitely be valuable.
Yeah, it's a great program. I highly recommend it.
So if I understand correctly, certainly women can sign up, but guys can
Mhm.
also sign up as like allies or whatever.
Yes, so we have a directing membership, um, that is for directors. And then we have an ally membership where you can be any gender, you can you could be a nurse. You don't have to be in the business necessarily, but you're an ally and you want to maybe join in on some of the educational things we have to offer, or be there to support us at events,
Hmm.
support us with our auction, or we have a big symposium every year that has a lot of speakers. So things like that are available to ally members as well.
Cool. Put a little
Yeah,
link to the website down below here
please
if anybody
do.
wants to check it out.
Thank
If
you.
you're, yeah, if you're a filmmaker. I wonder if I could try to start like, do you think if I started a white guys with beards directors group?
From the Midwest.
Yeah. Is that
Yes.
legal?
What we've learned is that we technically can't like say we don't allow men to be a part of it.
My
So
my producer is in my ear right now. He's telling me that it's not legal.
yeah, I
So
was gonna say I don't think you can exclude like
can't do
that.
it.
No.
Um, how has it helped you as a filmmaker being a part of this group? Has it sort of helped you with some of that feedback and whatnot that you mentioned?
Yes, it has, and especially running the Rising Director Fellowship, I'm running those meetings, so I'm getting to hear what executives from big production companies are, saying about the state of the industry, or what they look for, or how they run a general meeting, or for agents and managers when they get a solicitation or a cold email, like, are they even reading it? What are they looking for? So I think even just like gathering insider information has been really helpful.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, of course, I mean, I can pull from a huge pool of people who can look at it, who can help me with my reel, my resume, a deck, anything. I mean, it's just infinite resources. So absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the projects that you have been working on recently.
Mm-hmm.
You have a web series that you've been doing called This Is a Lot, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Tell us about that.
This is a lot came out of COVID times. Remember that?
I
Remember how much
think a
fun that was?
lot of things came out of COVID times.
uh, my one of my closest friends is also somebody I collaborate with sometimes creatively, and she had this idea for like just a web series focused on motherhood, kind of like a Curb Your Enthusiasm for motherhood, and she wanted me to film it. So I was like, okay, why not?
You are a
So
mom.
I am a mom. Yes, I have
Mhm.
a 6-year-old boy. He's the best. His name's Luca. And so we both had babies around the same time. So she was like, we got to do something, creative outlet, COVID, whatever. So I just took my little DSLR camera and my little shoulder rig and I would direct and film them and edit them, and she would act in them and write them. And sometimes I'd co-write with her. So we did 10 episodes over about 2.5 years, and you can see them all on YouTube. If you type in "This Is a Lot Show," it comes up. So yeah, she kind of took it and ran on the social front. Like a lot of her social media is still focused on like being a mom and a wife. Yeah, so we kind of stopped making the show because we wrote a pilot, a TV pilot, and that's kind of in our repertoire of projects. Yeah, so the web
Cool.
series, we didn't really want to do more episodes. We kind of felt like, we did it.
Right.
Let's
Yeah.
make it bigger. Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned Luca. I was just thinking because you and
Hmm.
I used to work together,
Yes.
and
That's how we met.
that's how we met. And I don't want to go into too much detail, but I was helping you for 9 months
Mhm.
because just the way that everything lined up right when you got hired is right when things started.
Yes.
And that was a fun time.
It was. When I got hired, I was pregnant and I did not know it. And then a month later, I was like, oh shit, I'm pregnant. And I have to tell my new boss that, yeah, I just started and I'm going to have a baby
It worked out.
very soon. It did. It did. It worked out. And yes, you were very kind to me during that time. I'll never forget it. And it was the best. The best.
A lot
Easiest
of
job ever.
a lot of Paul, can you go get the scissors? Paul, can you get the tape?
Paul, I'm going to go nap. Can you pick up the slack?
Right.
I remember being very tired. Very tired.
Yeah.
Yes.
At some point when we were working together,
Mhm.
um, I helped you for one day on another short that you did, and I'm blanking
Hmm.
on the title of that short.
Is it Don't Tell Mom?
Don't Tell Mom.
Hmm.
That short film that you did uh, was in some festivals and whatnot, correct?
Hmm. Yes, I made it for the She Directed competition, which was something that Kate Bosworth was doing at the time.
Hmm.
And you had to make it under, I don't remember what the requirements were. It was like under a certain constraint of time. Um, and then people got to vote on the site, and mine ended up making it into like the top three or something like that. Yeah, so that was really, really fun. It's kind of a dark comedy. Yeah, about two sisters and two sisters, one baby. What was the worst that could happen? I think that was the tagline.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was fun.
I know that we had a conversation at some point about getting that out there on Film Hub or something. Is
Mhm.
it on YouTube or anything right now?
That one's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can find that on
Great.
Amazon Prime.
So
Yeah,
people can go watch that there if they're interested.
sure.
I also looked up your bio on the Alliance of Women's Directors page, and I noticed, I'll put it up right now. I noticed that you had mentioned that Kate Bosworth competition thing. Did you get a chance to meet her?
No, I didn't get a chance to meet her because I didn't win. I was just in the top three, so I think only the like winner maybe got to meet her.
Gotcha.
Um, but I think she's great, and she's dating Justin Long, and I love him, and they're a very cute couple.
I get the
Yeah,
Kates confused. Is she in the Underworld movies?
that's Kate Beckinsale.
Ah,
Yeah, Kate
Kate
Bosworth was in
Bosworth.
Blue Crush.
Hmm,
Do you ever Blue Crush? Another
no.
surfer movie.
I'll have to
Very
watch
pretty.
some of her
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, look her up. Blue Crush. That was like her kind of big breakout.
Yeah. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about feature films
Hmm.
because I know that you have been working for a couple years now on an idea for a feature
Hmm.
film, and you keep getting closer and closer to it. And we've talked about this, you and me a lot because it's not easy
No.
getting a feature off the ground. For me, it took me a full 15 years before I was
Hmm.
able to make my first feature. You were in my second that we just shot last year in August. It's a tough process, and I know that you have gone through a lot of ups and downs trying to make it happen. What are some of the challenges that you have gone through recently with your feature?
Well, I mean, it's just now starting to feel possible, which I mean, I directed my first short 11 years ago. So like I've been writing and directing. I mean, I've been writing longer than that, but yeah, it's a long process. I've been with this film since 2021. And I think the biggest challenges is just like the stop and the start, like going with certain producers that you think might make it happen and then certain actors who might make it happen and just exploring every avenue and just like being okay with that process because it doesn't always end up equaling the making of the thing.
Yeah,
But I kind of just feel like that's as an indie filmmaker what you have to go through. So I think the biggest challenge is just patience. Like
right.
patience. And I mean, I think this is a town of survivors and it's like surviving through all of that is hard. I mean, money's always the hard part,
Yep.
getting people to believe in you. And it's like when I was acting, the catch 22 is like you need an agent to get a job, but you need a job to get an agent. And I feel like that's very similar to directing. Like, from what I understand, nobody really cares about short films unless it is the next big thing coming out of Sundance.
Mm,
Short films are a great way to practice and a great way to show that you can do certain genres or certain concepts. But until you have that feature or that episode as a director, it just feels like that's the big thing to get to.
right. I think what you said about patience, though, is so important because I've heard so many producers and actors and talent managers, a lot of them when we worked together, are one of the things that our company did a lot was interview people
Mhm.
in the business, since we were a company that primarily dealt with casting younger actors. And you hear so many actors, so many producers, people across the industry say, you're not going to just come out here and set yourself up with an apartment and expect to get a bunch of work in 2 weeks.
Mhm.
And I think that there's a lot of people who, for whatever reason, kind of come out there with that particular expectation. And if you're not in love with the process of actually putting the work in and doing what it takes in order to make this happen, odds are
Mhm.
you're going to be moving on to a different career eventually because
Yes.
it's you have to at least be okay with that process taking years sometimes.
Very long time.
I mean, like you just
Yes.
said, you've been working on this since 2021, and you hear all the
Mhm.
time, movies can take 10 years to get made from start to finish. So if there's any, I guess, young filmmakers or actors who happen to be
Mhm.
watching this, know that know that that is sometimes what comes with the territory, and it can be very frustrating. Um, so
Yeah,
hopefully,
and I think even making your first one and then like I mean you can attest to this, then making your second one, it's not like that jump is the easiest one either.
yeah,
Sometimes that's hard too. You make a really good thing and then making your second one's really hard. So yeah, you're right. You have to be in love with the process and find other things in your life that you care about.
right,
Like as much as I eat, sleep, and breathe film and TV, which I would say that is 80% of my life, you have to have something else that you care about. You
yeah.
have to give a shit about something else because it can't be your whole worth can't be tied to it.
I've not figured that out yet because it's really all I do.
Well, if I didn't have a child, I wouldn't have either.
Yeah,
It's
well,
literally all I
speaking
talk about. Yeah.
speaking of that, how do you balance everything as a working mother? What is your process for making sure that you have enough time for your passion and your creative endeavors? I'm got to imagine it's a difficult process.
It is, but it was just kind of a non-negotiable for me. Like being a mother was never gonna take me away from it and vice versa. Like when I'm with my kid, I'm with my kid. Like I don't like work. I mean, sometimes he's like playing and I'm answering a few emails, but I'm very lucky. I have a very supportive co-parent in the sense that when he's with his dad, and like if I need extra time, like that's not like a big deal. And not that this is like a pro-divorce conversation, but like that's honestly been what has kind of given me a lot more creative freedom back because when I'm not with him, I want to be using my time wisely so that when I am with him, I'm focused on parenting and I'm
Right.
not trying to do both. Um, I also have a really great mom network, and a lot of us are creative, so we get it. And if I need to like have a play date, so I can have a few hours, you know, and I just make time for what's important to me. Like I'm up pretty early every day,
Yeah.
so I just kind of make time for it because it's that important. They're both very important to me, motherhood and being in this business.
Yeah. We have a little segment on this
Hmm.
show that we like to do called Indie Inspo, and we're going to do that right
Ooh,
now.
I love it. Tell me.
Tell us about a indie film that has inspired you. It can be, anything, something that you watched years ago that sort of kicked things off for you, or something more recent. What do you got?
Well, I always go back to Ingrid Goes West, which came out, oh my God, when was that?
2015,
Yeah, something
2017,
like
somewhere
that.
in there?
Yeah, like 10 years ago, probably. Starring Aubrey Plaza and Elizabeth Olsen, and I love both of them. I would do anything with Aubrey Plaza. She's the best, the best, the best. I watch all of her stuff. But what I loved about that movie was how dark it was, and I love dark, but also how funny it was, and how it was such a perfect commentary on Instagram and social media. And sometimes I hate those movies. Like
Yeah.
I just like don't want to talk about my phone, but I thought it just did it so, so, so well. And I live in that dramedy, dark comedy space. So anything that's going to go a little dark and has two female leads is like chef's kiss. So I think they did a really, really good job. If I'm going like way back to my childhood, I watched a lot of My So-Called Life back in the day, and
Oh,
My
yeah.
So-Called Life definitely was super informative of like teen and YA and like young people, how I wanted to dive into that genre as I became more of a writer.
Yeah.
So angsty. I like the angsty, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, me and Angela Chase were the exact same age, literally. So I know
Oh
that you're a
yeah.
little bit younger, but like for me, that was, I mean, there were things that were happening in my 15-year-old life that were literally happening the same week that like Angela was going through. And I was
Oh
just
my
like,
God, I love it.
it was almost a little too strange. I'm like, wow, this is too real for me right now.
That's why it's so well done.
Yeah.
And I was in love with Jordan Catalano, like the rest of the world, and it was a wonderful show. Only one season, but perfect.
I think that's part of why it's maybe so beloved. If you end up going too far, like something like Stranger Things, you kind of
Yeah, I
end up wrecking
know.
it a little bit.
I know. I tried watching the latest season and I was like, I've lost
It's just,
my
yeah,
love for it. I'm so
yeah.
sad about that.
Well, and I've heard that like there's some issues with some of the cast, where like they don't like some of them don't like each other anymore. So it's just the magic is gone.
I know. I agree. I agree. Bummer.
Um, but with Ingrid Goes West, if I remember
Hmm.
correctly, because it's been a while since I've seen that, but there's some really fun sort of like desert vibes and California
Hmm.
vibes in that, right?
Correct. Yes.
It's a very
Yes.
fun movie to look at.
Yes. It's like Palm Springs. If anyone's seen Palm Springs, another great indie film. It
Yes.
definitely has those pinks and purples and Joshua Tree vibes, cactuses,
Yeah,
the whole
which I
deal. Yeah.
love.
I know. Yes.
I
Very
love
up your alley.
Yeah, I love being out there. And I think that like after having lived in LA, or even when I was still living in LA, I had a tendency to watch more LA based films or desert
Hmm.
based films just because it's different when like the locations a little bit better than when you're living in Indiana and you haven't been out
Yeah.
there yet. It hits a little bit differently.
Absolutely. That's why I'm watching I Love LA right now. You're with your
Oh
girl Rachel
God.
Sennett. And everywhere they go, I'm like, I know all these places, And I
Yeah.
wonder if people in other, states are like as into it as I am because I'm recognizing places.
Yeah, it just hits a little bit differently. Me and Rachel share a birthday, so we kind of, we're on the same wavelength usually.
Yes. She's very, very talented.
Yeah, well, definitely check out the website if you're
Yeah.
interested in that sort of thing, and check out Leslie's movies. Like she said, the one that's on Amazon Prime is Don't Tell Mom,
Hmm.
and then you have the web series on is it on your YouTube page, or do you guys have a YouTube page for it?
We have a YouTube page for it. This is a lot show.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
on YouTube. Mhm.
Leslie, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Paul. You're the best.
I'm okay.
Yay. I think you're the best.
Appreciate
Happy
it.
holidays.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Into the Night Tonight.
Ooh,
That's the name of the show.
love it. Bye.